Hi, you're welcome once again. Let's look at the definition of branding. What is branding? We're going to look at what is branding, questions that you need to ask yourself, and also the strategies that you need to adopt towards establishing that brand. Now, what is branding? Branding, as defined, is a marketing practice which is aimed at establishing a significant difference, a significant relevance, a significant uniqueness of your product from those of your competitors. Branding is all about your company. It's all about your product. It involves both the logo, the symbol, the color. Everything about your product goes into branding. It's like your uniqueness. What is it that makes your product tick? What is your product known for? So even you as an entrepreneur, you make efforts to establish your product in line with certain brand that you have in mind. But you need to go a step further to understand what is the perception of your customers to that product. Because that is the actual brand that you've established. And the branding is for you to decide what impression do you want to make? What image do you want to put out there about your product and about your product? It takes resources to be able to establish a brand. And it's not a one day, it's not a destination. Branding is a journey, it's a business journey. As you can see from Coca-Cola, this is a company that have stayed over 50 years, but they are still advertising on a daily basis. And so also products like Guinness, Milo, and so many of them. So these are companies that have established a brand. They have a uniqueness, and the products have been etched in the minds of people. Like some products now, they are now taken to generic, they have generic names. Like if you talk about detergents, once you mention Omo, it is known that it's a detergent. So when somebody goes to the market to buy a detergent, they say, give me Omo. Or for instance, give me Maggi for condiments. They can give you any other of those condiments. So these are brands that have been established over the years. So it's good for you as a businessman to understand the importance of branding. And it is not a one-day job. So you have to start from day one to decide within yourself what are the core values that you want to maintain. What culture do you want to maintain in your business? Is it a culture of discipline or a culture of indiscipline? Because this culture that goes a long way to establish your company or your product in the hearts and minds of your customers. So branding integrates everything about your organization, both the products or service, from the logo, from the symbol, the color, the design, the content, and also which media or medium do you make use of in promoting your product. Do you use a town crier to advertise your product? Or do you use a social media? Do you use electronic media? Do you use a print media? So all of these things add together to establish a brand about your product in the hearts and minds of your customers. And also the features and benefits of your product also goes a long way in establishing a brand. If you have a product today, they find it of high quality, and tomorrow when they test it, and maybe they now discover some foreign bodies in your product. Not like, for instance, you take meat pie and it's good. By the time you take the same meat pie tomorrow, you're not testing or noticing that there are pebbles or sand in the meat pie. All of this doesn't go towards establishing a brand. A brand must be consistent in the promise, because it's like a promise that you have made to your customers to deliver this product at this quality, at this time, in this way, in this manner. So it's not an easy job. So you as an entrepreneur, for you to grow your business, you must establish your business, you must have a brand, you must establish a brand, you must create a brand for your company or for your product. So all the ways that you go about creating this brand, that's the image or perception that the people will have about your product. So it even goes to even talk about your lifestyle, your personal lifestyle might affect your brand. And that's why some products fail, because maybe the owners of such products something that is not helping that brand. So it's good that you are conscious of what you do, even outside your business activities. Because you should go alongside with whatever product that you're marketing. So branding is no small business. It is a tortuous business journey. But it is many of the benefits that you derive when you have a very good or a strong brand. So branding is important for business survival. When we looked at customer relationship of the business canvas, we talked about customer relationship management. Branding is another way of managing customers, making sure that your customers have developed an attachment to your product. Attachments could be emotional, in the sense that customers have developed so much attachment that they will now start marketing the product for you. They start referring their friends and family members to your product. If your product can get to that level, where people on their own become evangelists for your product, you know that you have succeeded. And you know that you've established a brand that people want to be identified, or that people want to be identified with, or who want to be associated with. So these are some of the benefits. Now, the questions to answer towards building a brand. There are key questions that I have to ask. Questions sincerely and accurately. Don't deceive yourself. If you don't have the answers, go and look for the accurate answer. Because establishing a brand is a business journey of discovery, which can be difficult, time-consuming, and tortuously expensive to achieve, but highly beneficial to sustain and grow your business. So the key questions that you need to ask yourself when you're trying to create a brand for yourself: what is the key mission of your company? The key mission of your company must be very clear to you as an entrepreneur. No doubts about it. You must seize the objective and own it and let it be part of you and passionately pursue it. So once it is clear within you that this is your mission and this is what you want to achieve, and you're passionate about it, you have owned it up, and you're ready to move towards creating a brand. Then what are the benefits and features of this product or service that you're bringing? How is it going to benefit your customer? And what are the features? These features that you're bringing, are they attractive? These features of your product, are they safe? Are they safe features? They are not features that could harm. Like there are certain packages, like cellophane packages, that some products come in. Now we've made to understand that the microwave, infuses certain chemicals in the food that we eat. By the time you put this product, put them in microwave, it injects some cancer-causing chemicals in your food. So these are some of the things. So you have to be conscious of every little, both the packaging, both the color, because there are certain colors that are not, certain colors that are not of nutritional value. And if you use such colors in producing your product, it becomes detrimental, becomes harmful to the consumer. So some of these things, the benefits and features of that product, so that your customer will always appreciate, your customer will always be held to continue to patronize you. So what impression or perception do you want your customers to have, or your prospective customers to have about that product? It's you that will create that impression. You want to create the impression that your product is a high value, high cost product. It is for you to create. When you want to create your product to be high value product, then it is for you. You want to create that impression that is a high cost but low value. So it's for you to decide on which plane that you want to play. But it's always good to work your product to be of high value and also low cost. That's the target of every entrepreneur. Once you can make your product to be of high value in the sense that the customer will benefit, high value in the sense that it's going to give the customer some gain, to relieve some pain for the customer at highly reduced price. It means that you're going to be in the market, you're going to have high patronage. Then the fourth question is, how will you set out towards achieving a strong brand that you're marketing? So what are the steps? You have to be decisive about it. What steps, what channels are you going to use in distributing your product? What adverts are you going to be carrying out? What machineries are you going to use to make sure that the product at the end of the day is of high quality? Who are the key partners? Who are the workers that are you going to use unskilled labor? Are you going to use skilled labor? Everything concerning your company goes towards creating a brand for yourself. So what are these? Research. Have an unbiased inquiries. Make an authentic market research to learn and identify the needs, the likes, the desires, the dislikes, and the habits of your current. To follow the trends and understand what changes that are happening so that you can move with these changes and make sure that you meet the expectations of your customers. Quality is defined as that standard that meets the expectation of the customer. As we said before, the customer is king. So for you to be able to establish a brand that will stand the test of time, it must continuously, over time, continue to meet the expectations of your customers, your target customers. Note, do know exactly what the customers think about your product. You should not assume. There are no two ways about it. Because if you go or run away with the wrong impression, or just decide within yourself that this is what the customer wants, at the end of the day, you won't buy the product from yourself. And the customer does not want that. Make accurate inquiries and know exactly how and what the customer wants. Because that's a step towards building a brand. And when you know what the customer wants, you now know how to go about it towards achieving that customer's expectations. So it's utmost importance in branding and marketing to always know what the desires of the customers are. So strategies for you design and create strategies. You design and create a great logo that easily identifies your product. So that when people see this logo, they say, yes, it's true. And also you have a very effective and robust website that is always giving people information about your company and about the product. Having a good website that is active and you're always posting updated information about your product. And also you're caring about your customers. And you make your website very conspicuous. And all of these things identifiable and attractive. That way you're building a brand. Then also, all the benefits that you have about your product. I'll write down brand messages that can go with this, that you can be sending out, pushing them out either on social media, on your website. And all of these are communication networks that you can use to send the message across to your customers. But these messages must be concise, whether in a flyer form or stickers or write-ups that you make, and ensure that your employees, those that are working for you, that they are conversant. Don't think that you're going to do it alone. You need as many hands as possible. And those hands should start from your employees. If your employees or your partners are not passionate about the product and they cannot be able to explain how the product works, you must learn to educate and also train your staff. Another step towards creating or establishing a brand is by designing a great logo, a robust website, and you make it conspicuously identifiable so that customers can easily notice and identify this website or logo with your company. So it's a great step towards establishing a brand. Another step is when you craft and put up write-ups, that you're always passing messages, sending brand messages either through your website or through flyers or through any of the social media platforms or electronic media. You send key messages that you want your customers to know about your company, and you are doing this consistently. And these messages that you send, they are of value, they create some kind of knowledge for the people that people really appreciate. So that way, and these messages, they have something to do with the product or services that you're rendering. If, for instance, you are into distribution of fruit items, you can be sending messages of some of these fruits You can tell them about the health benefits, the ingredients that are contained in these foods, the kind of ailments that they remedy or that they cure. You're always sending such messages to your customers. That way, customers will be abreast of the uses or importance of the foods or beverages that you're marketing. So these are some of the ways that you can establish a brand. You'll be known for that. So you can make flyers concise and also flyers that are conspicuous, flyers that are attractive. Make stickers. Send write-ups, as I said before, and ensure that with some of these benefits. Because when your employees are also helping you to market this product, that the message will go around to the public. So there's no point having employees or workers that do not understand what the company is all about, that do not understand the benefits of the products or services that the company is rendering. So it's good that you tutor your employees to understand what the business is all about. Carry them along, even when you're going for training, so that they too will be well equipped to be able to represent and be an ambassador to your product. So that way you're creating a brand. And also in creating a brand, you need to establish what we call total quality management along the line of the production up to the marketplace. Total quality management is ensuring that there is quality from the A to Z concerning that product, from the raw material stage to the processing or production stage, the finishing, packaging, marketing, distribution. All of these steps added together, total quality management. And that affects the image of your product. So it's good that you ensure that there is total quality at every stage. Ensure that standards are maintained at every stage. So that way your product or service will get to the final consumer in a very good condition and also in the quality and standards that you want the customer to appreciate. So packaging material is very important. Adverts, promotional materials, and also distribution channels. All of these speak well or speak low about your product, depending on how you go about it. So it's good that you're conscious. Must be strong. But there are some products that their reputation or perception by people is low or is poor. They don't have good reputation. So do we call that a brand? That's a negative brand. When your product is known for low quality. Just like we used to say about Taiwan products. When they say that your product is Taiwan, it means that it's of low quality. It does not deliver on its promise. So that's a reputation, a negative brand that has been created. But what we are talking about here now is creating a strong brand reputation that is going to attract patronage, that is going to attract customers. So by the time you follow all these steps, design a good website, have flyers that are compelling and also incisive. Make sure that your staff are also conversant with what the business is all about, the benefits, the futures, and also what the customer stands across. So by the time you follow these steps, they also develop a catchy phrase or slogan. This can be on your website. This slogan will be there. The slogan can be on your sticker. The slogan can be on the write-ups that you make. You can develop a tagline, a hashtag that will be meaningful and also memorable that people can easily remember about your product. And all of this should reflect the image. So everything you're doing it consciously. There are no mistakes about it. You have to be conscious about what you do. There are no two ways about it. If you are not conscious about it and you are not, of clarity, understanding what you actually want, and you're ready to pursue it. So if you don't have that clarity, it becomes a problem in creating a brand. Then you have to develop a template within your factory, within your system. And this template is a laid down rule that every employee have to be conversant with. Or it could be a mold that you have made in the company that ensures that by the time you follow these processes, you still end up with the same quality of product that the customer desires. That's what we mean by setting up a template. That's setting up a standard that can ensure that you get to that quality that the customer. So we need to make sure that you have the understanding of what the customer wants and then work towards it. So if there are changes, as we know that customers always change in their likes and dislikes, you also move with the trends. So don't rest on your house. That's why we say that branding is a business journey of discovery. You continue to discover many new things. So as you make this discovery, you continue to adjust. Also maintaining the core value and also the culture of the company. Brand image and promise. Because the promise to deliver to your customer, you have to be true to it. There are no two ways that can easily notice the variation. Once there's any variation from that quality that your product is known for, then you're sure you're going to lose some customers. So in branding, there's need for consistency. It's very important that you're always consistent in what you do. Always, and also be conscious of improving. Make sure that you're improving in the positive aspect. Improve to always meet up with expectations. At times you can improve to surpass the expectations of the customer. So the customer, because you're building a stronger attachment between your customers and your products. So we can employ the services of brand enhancers. When we talk about brand enhancers, we're looking at your product. At times we call them value enhancers or influencers. And these are people that are well known in the society. These are celebrities, football stars. You can make them to be using your product and advertise your product using one or two of them. That way you're able to transfer whatever attachment, emotional attachment that the public have for this personality. They can transfer it to your product. And that will make room for more patronage. So you can work towards getting some value enhancers or brand enhancers that help to enhance your brand name. So it's a key strategy that you can use to get the services of these brand enhancers so that they can help to promote your business or promote your products. When you look at the benefits, it might cost you money to get this brand enhancer, but the benefits are normally higher. The benefits are normally higher because if you pay them to do adverts for sales, definitely the profit you're going to make will be able to foot the bill that you're going to pay for their services. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. Because by the time they are using your products, because people see them using your product, they develop some kind of consensus so that such attachment can be transferred to your product. So it's a strategy that you can use as an entrepreneur to push your product into the market. Next. Now, always confuse branding and marketing, but there are very slight difference between the two. But marketing, as you know, is an active promotion of a particular sales. That's what marketing is all about. While branding is a strategy that you need to adopt, it's also part of marketing. And also in marketing, you need to have branding as an underlying aspect of marketing. So branding precedes marketing. When you have a very good brand, it becomes easier to market. So these are the two different things. So marketing is about that active promotion. When you try to activate or unearth certain interest or awareness about that product to the public so that you can achieve sales. That's what marketing is all about. Meanwhile, branding is trying to create an image that will last in the hearts of your customers. The customers are going to have that attachment. And they even go to the extent of being the ones advertising your product for you. That's when you know you've achieved a brand. Because you can achieve a sale today. A customer can buy your product today. He or she may not buy it tomorrow. Maybe he or she didn't like it. But in marketing, you achieve sales. But in branding, you are aiming for something higher. Establishing a rapport. Establishing a relationship with your customers. So these are the two different things. Marketing is like one-off action. Meanwhile, branding is a long-term action. That's why it's a strategy. While marketing is a tactics. The tactics you use to sell, that is the marketing. So let us look at stating the difference between branding and marketing. Marketing involves tactics aimed at creating customers' awareness so as to make sales. While branding has to do with all the strategies employed to help establish presence. That's that uniqueness that you establish in the market. And this is what attracts your prospective and also your current customers to always remain dedicated and loyal to your product. And when you have a large number of customers being dedicated and loyal to your product, That's what we also refer to as brand equity. That's when you have market share. So when you have a large number of people who are loyal to your product, that means you've achieved brand equity. The promise that you make to your customers to always deliver these products at the standard that they like it, the way they like it. So it tells the customer what to expect from the product or service, which is different from other products or services. Meanwhile, marketing is an effort aimed at convincing the customer to buy or patronize the product or service at a given marketing campaign. So it has to do with just a short period where you do that marketing campaign to achieve sales. Meanwhile, branding is something that is over time, that you have to try and establish that rapport and that relationship. So it's a much more hard work to establish a brand that is etched in the hearts and minds of your customers, and they develop customer loyalty that will stand the test of time. It's who you are. It's all about you and who you want to be and how you want people to perceive. Branding is also who you are, how you want people to perceive you. That is the perception you want people to have about your company, your product, or your service. And you have to make conscious efforts to be able to establish or create that brand image. Why marketing is, if your brand is good, it makes marketing easy. And you know, for most great brands, they attract higher prices and higher patronage. So this is one of the benefits of having a strong brand image. Now, this brand pyramid is aimed at bringing to our consciousness the same questions that we talked about at the start of this lesson, that you need to ask yourself once more about those questions that we need to ask ourselves when we are trying to establish or create a brand for a product or company. And the question starts from the base of that pyramid. And you need to answer this question. Don't deceive yourself about the answers to this question. The answers must be true for you to be on the step of this business journey of discovery. You have to be true to yourself in answering these questions correctly. The first question is, what is your product or service? So for that business you're trying to create, you should ask yourself, what value is it bringing to those that will patronize you? Is it going to give them some gain, or is it going to relieve them of some pain? It's very important. Second question is, how are you going to deliver this product? How will you go about achieving this product? Make sure that the customers get this product at the standard and expectations. So that's the second question you're going to answer. How is this product, or delivering on your promise of the product or service that you render? Then the third question is, why should your customers buy from you? Ask yourself that question. Why should they buy from you? Why should they buy from you? So you should tell yourself and answer correctly the reason why they should buy from you and not from the other competitor. And that's where unique value proposition comes in. So what unique value are you providing that other competitors are not providing, that other companies are not providing, even better than you are doing? So before you go into any product or service that you're rendering to the customer in the marketplace, you have to answer these questions. Why should the customer buy your product? So you should have a very cogent and accurate answer to that question. Then the fourth question is or culture of the company. What core values do you hold there? That no matter what, you will never deviate from these core values. The core values you have, is it the core value of quality, discipline, safety, and all the likes? So you need to answer that question. You don't just go into a business without having on guard that will always guide you and also keep you on the straight line towards achieving your purpose. You don't go doing things haphazardly. You don't go living like a feather in the wind. Anywhere the wind blows, that's where you go to. You must be definitive. And you need to be objective as to what your objections are, as to what your objectives are, sorry. So you have to be objective and follow your objectives and make sure that you maintain that standard, come rain, come shine. Then at the end of the day, what is the brand idea? What brand are you bringing to the market? Are you bringing a brand that is of high value, low cost, or low value, high cost? These are questions that you need to answer yourself. And your brand, is it going to bring pain? Is it going to bring gain? So these are the questions. And once you're able to answer these questions, you know that, and you answer these questions accurately and positively, you know that you're on your way towards creating a brand. As I said before, brand creation is a journey, a business journey of discovery. And it is tortuous and it is expensive. But at the end of the day, by the time you achieve a great brand, then definitely you're on your way towards establishing your business and making your business to stand the test of time. And as we know, at the back of the mind of every businessman is to make profit. So if you want to make profit, then you must create a brand. Because it's a brand that is going to drive that patronage, that will make people to purchase your products or patronize your service. So it is not a wasted effort if you want to build a brand. It's an effort. I urge you to take the step right away to build that brand, for it is a business journey. Thank you for listening.